Sir, over to you.
Shri Chandra ji, Shri Ashok Lavasa ji, Senior DC, Shri Chandra, Charge of Administration and Planning, Senior DC ji, Shri all my colleagues from the Election Commission, Umesh Sinha ji, Shri Chandra ji, and all my colleagues from the Election Commission, and all the, as you are aware, colleagues from the 5-year term of the 16th, all my, as you are aware, from the Election Commission, the 5-year term of the 16th Lok Sabha is due to expire on 324 of the Constitution of 2019. As you are aware, restores Article 511 of the Constitution of Lok Sabha is due to expire also the function relevant powers duties, while Article 324 of the Constitution of 51 restores Section 4 relevant powers to the new Lok Sabha before the expiry, and also the functions of the constitute a new Lok Sabha before the expiry of Section 14 of the Representative People Act 51. Taking into account for constitutional legal provision to constitute a new Lok Sabha before the expiry of its current has made the taking into account the constitutional legal and comprehensive various judicial for the conduct of election to the 17th Lok Sabha in a manner for the conduct of election to the 17th Lok Sabha inclusive in a accessible, free, very comprehensive, inclusive, and also accessible to the 17th Lok Sabha, ethical, participatory, when independent India held its first fair and inclusive. When independent India held its first, not everybody was convinced. During also capacity to successfully conduct. Not everybody was convinced. When independent India had successfully conduct elections, maybe around 40. In fact, democracies in the world, not everybody was convinced. Most of them were around 40 of our capacity to successfully conduct elections. India by conducting, most of them were very democracies emerged in the world as a number. India by maybe around 40 elections emerging democracies all over the world. Most of them were very light. The scale and complexity of India by conduct elections has only grown. Elections emerged. The scale and complexity population of the election has grown for the emerging democracies all over the world. Population of India increased in 91 and scale and complexity times of the elections has only grown. Between 91 and 2001 census, population of India gone up sharply. Electoral as expected. There are other statistics also which are gone up sharply. 91 and 2001 census. But in essence, democracy was statistics also have gone up sharply. Economic actual sources of all the various sections. Mahatma Gandhi said, democracy was actual sources of all the various sections. The also mobilizing the common good of this economic commission, keeping all sources of all the various sections of elections in the service of the for quite some common good of all. We have had elections, keeping all this in view, quite some time, organizing a series of meetings. Commission chief electoral officers of all the states, series of meetings in order to review with chief electoral officers of all the states. We have had in order to review video conferences, organizing a series of meetings with chief electoral officers of all the states and UTs. In order to review various aspects of election preparedness. 21st, 22nd conference, 28th January secretaries to assess the first, 22nd overall 28th January to assess the overall UT specific areas of concern, state and deliberate specific areas of concern, quantum of central armed, and deliberate on the forces required, quantum of central armed. Several rounds of discussions were held with the ministry. Several rounds of discussions were held with the 11 of our officers, affairs, and we had also of our officers we had also discussion with the we also had an in-depth discussion with the Union Home Secretary. The Commission also held deliberations with the Commission. Several key departments also held deliberations with the railways in order to key departments, especially railways, in order to movement and ensure smooth during the conduct of election facilitation. To get the first-hand knowledge of the status of poll preparedness, first-hand knowledge of the we visited poll preparedness several states and UTs. We visited the poll preparedness several states and UTs. During these visits, there is a standard. During these visits, followed by the Commission, there is a standard SOP which is followed by the Commission. But before us, not this has been a tradition. But before first of all, we start. This has been a tradition. Interaction with the. First of all, we start political parties. With interaction with the. After that, political parties. We have the presentations by. After that, the CEO. We have the presentations by the CEO, the police nodal state of that state, central, the police nodal officer of that state, whichever central is a nodal officer for that state, or whichever CPF is a designated for that state, or After that, fairly in-depth, we have a section lasting fairly in-depth, sometimes 10 to 12 hours, if not more. Lasting maybe sometimes 10 to 12 hours, if not more. IGs, the collectors, SPs, commissioners of IGs, whenever there is commissioner system, commissioners of police, all whenever there is commissioner system. This is followed by a meeting with the central government regulatory departments, central government regulatory departments, state excise, income tax, central excise, state excise, central excise. Talk about the in order to monitoring. Talk about the. Then there is a meeting with the chief secretary. Then there is a secretary meeting with the chief secretary and home secretary, their colleagues, DGP and their colleagues. Their colleagues, doing all this and their colleagues. We, after doing all this, the media, we in a press conference report back to the media in a press conference in the state. And same process was followed this time also. And same process was followed while finalizing poll dates, while finalizing poll dates, various state boards, examination schedules of various state boards, other relevant factors like other relevant festivals, including festivals which have religious festivals which have religious, for example, when people are fasting, for example, when people are fasting, harvest season in certain parts of the country, harvest season, the inputs obtained from parts of the country, whether as well as the inputs obtained from are also adequately factored in, are also inadequate. Behind the scenes, I would like to tell you that behind the scenes, the senior to tell you that and all his colleagues, the senior have been struggling all his colleagues, or they have been struggling months together, or to work out all these months together. They do every time work on all these things. They do every time. They have done commission also. Firmly believes that the quality of electoral role, health of the foundation of quality of electoral role. We have been constantly monitoring elections. Health of the have been constantly monitoring the country. Health of the and after the introduction of Aeronet, and now we have a pan-India Aeronet. Now we have a pan-India monitoring system. The electoral rolls have been devised with reference to the electoral rolls have been devised with reference to as qualifying 11-2019. Process of continuous qualification date shall continue. Process of the last date of shall continue till the last total electorate nominations. In the final total published roll would be the final published vicinity of 900 million compared to vicinity of 900 million 14 compared to in 2014.5. In this marks an increase of 84. This marks an increase of since 84.3 million voters since 2000. There are 1500 15 million voters, 1500 in the age group of 18 to 19 voters in the age group of 18 to 19. 325, 38,325, 71,735 overseas electors, 71,735 service electors, more than 1.6 billion. 99.36 electors continues to have EPIC cards. Try the maximum coverage of EPIC. 23 states and UTs have 100% elections. Some major initiatives were taken. VVIP, the Commission and Information Program, continues to aid voters in try the maximum coverage of EPIC still. Toll free in this direction, some major initiatives were taken. Taking names. VVIP voter verification and information programs launched to aid voters in checking their names in the rolls. No slow motor toll free names 1950 finalization for checking names final publication of electoral SMS submitted. Special camps organized for enrollment of eligible voters who are left out prior approval of the no slow motor deletion of names after finalization voter slips final publication of electoral roll is permitted. Voters, no deletion modification after 10 days of announcement of elections without prior approval shall be distributed at least 5 days before official voter slips including those in Braille for this process is rigorously for persons with disability voters. Schedule of distribution shared with the public. This is distributed or shall be distributed. All these things are shared with the public representatives. However, we would like to make it clear that photo voter slip issued at the last minute shall be used for guidance, but not as a proof of identity in the polling stations. We have already given a very detailed ad 2-3 days back that that slip will not be the proof of identity, but there are 11 other options which can be used to cast your vote, provided of course the name is on the electoral roll. A voter's guide in vernacular English is being handed over in these elections to every household, giving all relevant information. On the ballot unit below the name of the last candidate, there will be a button for nota option for the voters who do not wish to vote for any of the candidates. And as an additional measure to eliminate confusion in the minds of our voters, where you press the button in front of that, there is a photograph of the candidate also, so that you make a more conscious choice, seeing the photograph of the candidate for whom you want to vote. Voter assistant booths will be set up at every polling station to extend facilitation to the voters. There are approximately 10 lakh polling stations this year as compared to 9 lakh in 2014, an increase of 10.1%. Why I have used the word approximately is that in some special circumstances, for example, exigencies of weather, snowfall, etc., with the permission of the Commission, a new or auxiliary polling station can be opened even at the last minute. Of course, before the elections. Assured minimum polling facilities at all polling stations like drinking water, electricity, shade, toilets, ramps, and a standard voting compartment are being provided. And these are monitored very closely by the Commission in the meeting with the collectors, video conferences, and the meeting with the Chief Secretary. Efforts are also being made to make voting comfortable, accessible, and sensitive, particularly to the needs of senior citizens, persons with disability, and ladies. VVPATs will be used with EVM at all polling stations in this election. Adequate number of both have been made available for smooth conduct of elections. The ballot units already reached the destination as per requirement, 23.3 lakhs. The control unit, 16.35 lakhs, and VVPATs, 17.4 lakhs. This also includes, by the way, reserve units, because as per the SOP, for example, if the control unit starts malfunctioning, then entire thing is changed. But if the VVPAT stops malfunctions, VVPAT is changed, something like that. And these are details. So accordingly, the requirement as well as the reserves have been worked out. The Commission has specified elaborate standard operating procedures for EVMs and VVPATs, including FLC, mock poll, two-stage randomization, mandatory VVPAT slip count in one randomly selected polling station per assembly segment. There are very stringent security and administrative protocols related to the machines, including their storage movement, usage as well as handling reserve and VVPATs. In fact, after these 4 or 5 anecdotal incidents of the last 5 poll-gone states, new fresh SOPs have been issued for making the last mile transportation even of the reserve EVMs very, very stringent and rigid, including the putting of monitoring by GPS, etc. The Commission has laid a lot of emphasis on widespread demonstration and awareness activities at the assembly as well as booth level in order to familiarize as many voters as possible with EVM and VVPATs. Consequent on the schedule of announcement of general elections through the press note, the MCC for the guidance of political parties and candidates comes into effect from today itself in the entire country. The Commission calls upon political parties and candidates to strictly adhere to the same. Elaborate arrangements have been made to ensure effective implementation of the MCC, and any violation, repeat, any violation will be dealt with in the strictest manner. All the candidates are required to file an affidavit in Form 26 along with their nomination papers, which includes information on their criminal antecedents, if any, assets, liabilities, and educational qualifications. As all of you are aware, recently all the proposals of the Commission regarding the expansion of and revealing more information, including of HUF, was accepted by Ministry of Law, and accordingly the Form 26 has been already revised and circulated all over. This format was amended on 26 February 2019. Non-filling of this affidavit in the prescribed format, which also now includes giving you a PAN number, if you have, will result in rejection of nomination paper. Will result in rejection of nomination paper. Candidates with criminal antecedents would be required to furnish information in this regard in the local newspapers and TV channels on 3 occasions during campaign period. Elaborate arrangements have been made to ensure peaceful conduct of elections. In order to curb noise pollution and prevent disturbance to the people at large, usage of loudspeakers is prohibited at night between 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. No loudspeakers permitted at all during the period of 48 hours ending with the hour fixed for conclusion of poll in the polling area. Commission has also directed political parties, candidates, agents to desist from using environmentally hazardous publicity materials and promote usage of eco-friendly substances for preparation of election campaign material. This is a new effort by the Commission, but this is a kind of appeal to everybody to use this. CAPF, Central Police Forces, are going to be deployed in large numbers, the numbers can't be discussed, to ensure free and fair elections well in advance for area domination, especially in areas which are very, very sensitive, route marches and patrolling to enhance confidence and reassure the voters. Targeted deployment of Central Forces in all expenditure sensitive constituencies all over the country. They will also undertake special confidence building measures through route patrolling and route marches in order to bolster especially the confidence of weaker sections of the society, weaker and more vulnerable sections of the society. Preventive measures are being taken by the district magistrates and police authorities to maintain law and order. Commission lays equal emphasis on sufficient deployment of video cameras, CCTVs and webcasting, especially at the critical and vulnerable polling booths. All critical events shall be videographed. Commission appoints sufficient number of general observers, police observers, expenditure observers, awareness observers and micro observers to closely monitor various stages of the election process. Control rooms and complaint monitoring systems are set up with 24 hours toll-free numbers. In fact, on the issue of central observers, this time Commission has taken a conscious decision that wherever required in those states or UTs which are expenditure sensitive and wherever there are major security issues, we would be sending special observers of sufficient seniority and experience and standing and stature to these places. I will not be able to name the states because that's not something which kind of in advanced level state like this, but we have all the information and we'll act accordingly. We also now have, by now, thanks to our IT and ICT wings, stringent monitoring of all critical events of the poll day using the state-of-art IT applications. This includes one of the most major, this is C-Vigil, which is an Android app which helps citizens to record any violation of model code of conduct on the mobile and promptly send to election authorities for option. By the way, this was started on a trial basis during Karnataka elections in Bangalore under the direct supervision of the Commission and extended subsequently to all these 5 poll-gone states. In these 5 poll-gone states, almost 28,000 such complaints were received. A citizen can give his or her name and number, and the authority on the other end is duty bound no options, to report back within 100 minutes the action being taken, proposed to be taken, etc. If a particular complainant feels vulnerable or is making a complaint about, say, large cash transaction happening somewhere and doesn't want his or her name to be revealed, in that case, the Commission will get it published in the local newspapers so that he or she becomes aware of the action taken and her privacy also protected. This is a major tool of citizen empowerment, and it is really the experience of these 5 poll-gone states. We are really hopeful that now when it is used pan-India, it will kind of add another dimension to the empowerment of our citizens. We also have started a PWD app for persons with disability for registration, modification, as well as to ask for doorstep facilities and wheelchair on the day of poll. We already have introduced and we kind of monitored very closely that all the permissions can be obtained on Suvidha candidate app and they can also track their status. Samadhan is an integrated web portal for registering and resolving citizen information, suggestions, feedbacks and complaints. This is another way of getting the feedback. As you are aware, the Commission for many years, under one of its former CECs, had started systematic voters education and electoral participation. That called SWEEP. This program is basically for dissemination, advocacy and communication. And for this, comprehensive measures are undertaken for enhancing our contact with the voters and increasing their participation in this largest festival of democracy, Desh Ka Mahatyauhar. This is being personally monitored by steered and monitored at the level of bureaucracy in the Commission by senior DEC, Administration and Planning and his other colleagues, and Commission itself takes very regular account of this. Comprehensive measures are also being taken to reach out to the voters in the remotest corners through folk art, festivals, local festivals, Nukkad Nataks, and this time also we've started extensive use of community radio, and we are also embarking on the area of how to kind of, besides the print and electronic media, how to kind of enlarge our outreach through social media. The Commission has always considered engagement, considered media as an important ally and a rather potent force multiplier in ensuring an effective and efficient election management. Hence, the Commission has directed all CEOs of the poll-going states to have positive and progressive engagement and interaction with the media. Commission also requests the media to play a positive, proactive and constructive role in supplementing and facilitating our efforts towards delivery of free and fair elections. The media certification and monitoring committees have already been constituted at all the states and districts to deal with the problem of paid news and other media-related violations and pre-certification of political advertisements on electronic media. An additional member, a social domain media expert, is included now in the membership of the MCMC, this Media Certification and Monitoring Committee at the state and district level, so as to get inputs from his or her side. Candidates are required to furnish details of their social media account. All political advertisement on social media will also require pre-certification. All expenditure on campaigning advertisement on social media is to be included in the election expenditure account. All provisions of Model Code of Conduct shall also apply to the content being posted on social media by candidates and political parties. Based on the recommendations made by the committee appointed by the Commission regarding the further enlargement of Section 126 of RPA in sync with the new media and deliberations made with the various other stakeholders, social media platforms, the major steps are as follows. The intermediaries, viz. Facebook, Twitter, Google and YouTube, have committed in writing to ensure that any political advertisement published on their platforms will be certified from MCMC. Some IT applications are also being thought of to streamline it further and make the process less cumbersome. In fact, Commission has taken a stock of the IT applications being developed by our team, and maybe we'll introduce as a pilot project in some states to start with. Google and FB have also announced verification of political advertisers and ad archives. With reference to advertisement buying, social media platforms have committed to implement pre-certification, as I said earlier. To keep a check on election violations and menace of fake news and hate speech during the election period, social media platforms have told us that they have appointed dedicated grievance officers to take necessary and prompt action against the contents published on their platforms. Social media platforms have committed to take action on any content reported by designated officers of ECI also, which violates various electoral laws. Internet and Mobile Association of India, in consultation with ECI, is formulating a set of code of ethics for intermediary online platforms. This is a work in progress. Now I will start reading what you all have been waiting for. हिंदी भी आती है और हिंदी का वर्जन आपको मिलेगा जब आपको प्रेस नोट मिलेगा, हिंदी का भी मिलेगा जी, इंग्लिश के साथ साथ हिंदी का भी मिलेगा जी, हिंदी हिंदुस्तानी सब आते हैं, ऐसी बात नहीं. Anyway, I'll read out the proposed phase 1. प्रेस नोट मिलेगा. Before that, I would like to inform all of you that this time, instead of 9 phases, we have 7 phases of election. Phase 1, date of issue of gazette notification. Notification होने के gazette notification होने का दिन 18/3/2019 Monday. Phase 1, last date of nomination, आखिरी तारीख nomination की 25/3/2019 Monday. Okay. Last date of nominations 25th March 2019 Monday. Date for scrutiny of nominations 26th March 2019 Tuesday. Last date for withdrawal of candidature 28th March Thursday. Date of poll first phase 11th April Thursday. Date of counting 23rd March Thursday. 23rd May 2019. Sorry. Or date before election shall be completed 27th May 2019. Phase 2. Date of issue of gazette notification 19th March. Last day of nomination 25th March. 26th March. Date for scrutiny of nomination 27th March. Last date of withdrawal 29th March. Date of poll 18th April. Date of counting same 23rd May. Phase 3. Date of issue of notification 28th March. Last day of nomination 4th April. Date of scrutiny 5th April. Last date of withdrawal of candidature 8th April. Date of counting, of course, 23rd. Date of poll 18th April. No, we are sending you all this by, after I have read it through, you are getting it out by soft copy. almost right away. I'll read out the phase 2 again. Okay. No, I'll read out the phase 2 again because she's asked for it.
Sir, hello.
Phase 3, okay. Thank you. Phase 3. Phase 3, date of issue of Gazette notification, 28th March. Last date, we'll come to that after this. We'll come to that after this. That is the second statement. Last date of nomination, 24th April. Phase 3, date of scrutiny, 5th April. Last date for withdrawal of candidature, 8th April. Date of counting, 23rd May. Date of counting. Date of poll, 23rd April. Phase 4. 23rd April. 23rd April. Is it clear now? Phase 4. Date of issue of notification, 2nd April. In fact, the most important are 2 dates that I can give you instead of giving you 7 dates. The date of poll, 29th April. And a date of counting, same. Phase 5. Date of issue of Gazette notification, 10th April. Date of poll, 6th May. Phase 6. Date of issue of Gazette notification, 16th April. Date of poll, 12th May. Phase 7. Date of issue of Gazette notification, 22nd April. Date of poll, 19th May. And all, I'll repeat the date of poll. First phase, 11th April. Second phase, 18th April. Third phase, 23rd April. Fourth phase, 29th April. Fifth phase, 6th May. Sixth phase, 12th May. Phase 7, 19th May. Am I clear now? And all countings, without, no need to say, but I am repeating, 23rd May. Now the Lok Sabha state-wise details if you want, or otherwise I'll just tell you that in phase 1, there are total 543 constituencies as you are all aware. Phase 1 is 91. In 20 states, phase 1 is 91 in 20 states. Phase 2 is 97 in 13 states. Phase 3 is, phase 1 is 91 constituencies in 20 states. Is it clear? Phase 2 is 97 constituencies in 13 states. Is it clear? Phase 3 is 115 constituencies in 14 states. When I say states here, it also means states and UTs. Phase 4 is 71 constituencies in 9 states. Now, 71 constituencies in 9 states. Phase 5 is 51 constituencies in 7 states. Phase 6 is 59 constituencies in 7 states. Phase 7 is 59 constituencies in 8 states. You want me to read it out once more? Phase 1, 91 constituencies, 20 states. Phase 2, 97 constituencies, 13 states. Phase 3, 115 constituencies, 14 states. Phase 4, 71 constituencies, 9 states. Phase 5, 51 constituencies, 7 states. Phase 6, 59 constituencies, 7 states. And phase 7, 59 constituencies, 8 states. The notification, the formal notification of by-elections, all the seats, etc., is being made separately today itself. Jammu Kashmir. States going in single phase. Andhra, Arunachal. Before now reading further, it must be clear that they will be overlapping. Same state would be named maybe in 2 phases or 3 phases. But still I am reading, I start reading now. States going in single phase, Andhra, Arunachal, Goa, Gujarat, Andhra, Arunachal, Goa, Gujarat, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Kerala, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Punjab, Sikkim, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, I said Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Uttarakhand, Andaman Nicobar, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, all right. You have waited for so long, I'll repeat. Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Uttarakhand, or you want me to repeat from the beginning? Andaman Nicobar, Dadra Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, Lakshadweep, Delhi, Pondicherry, Chandigarh. In all 22 states going in single phase. States undergoing 2 phases. Karnataka, Manipur, Rajasthan, Tripura. States undergoing 3 phases. Assam, Chhattisgarh. States undergoing 4 phases. Jharkhand. 3rd phase, Assam, Chhattisgarh. 3 phases. 4 phases, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha. Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha. 5 phases, Jammu Kashmir. 6th phase, no state. 7th phase, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal. Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal. And now I'll read out once more. First phase, 22 states and UTs. Second phase, 4 states and UTs. 2 phases, 4 states. 3 phases, 2 states. 4 phases, 4 states. 5 phases, 1 state. 7th phase, 3 states. You see, the issue also is that there has to be ensured the movement of the CPFs from one place to the other, and they go by trains, etc., and then they require some time for initial settling down, which is how all this has been done.
Now
Jammu Kashmir.
No, before that, sir, each state and which are the states and the date of polling.
So we have it.
No, please read that.
Sorry?
Please read the date.
To you.
Sir.
It's being sent to you now.
No, what are the
copy? Just now.
Sir, 7 phases states.
That's the most important basic information.
Nobody knows.
Like Andhra is going to be on which date?
Phase 1, Andhra all the 25 seats. Phase 1. 11th April. It has been said 4 or 5 times, I'll say it again. 11th April, 25. Now I read state-wise, please. Andhra, first, now I'm reading phase 1, right? 11th April. Andhra, 25. Arunachal, 2. Assam, 5. Bihar, 4. Andhra, 25. Arunachal, 2. Assam, 5. Bihar, 4. Chhattisgarh, 1. Jammu Kashmir, 2. Maharashtra, 7. Manipur, 1. Meghalaya, 2. Mizoram, 1. Nagaland, 1. Odisha, 4. Sikkim, 1. Telangana, 17. Tripura, 1. Uttar Pradesh, 8. Uttarakhand, 5. West Bengal, 2. Andaman Nicobar, 1. Lakshadweep, 1. Total, 91. Am I clear now? Phase 2. Assam, 5. As said earlier, phase 2 starts from 18th April. Assam, 5. Bihar, 5. Chhattisgarh, 3. Jammu Kashmir, 2. Karnataka, 14, 1-4. Maharashtra, 10. Manipur, 1. Odisha, 5. Tamil Nadu, 39. Tripura, 1. Uttar Pradesh, 8. West Bengal, 3. Puducherry, 1. Total, 97. Phase 3, starting from 23rd April. Assam, 4. Bihar, 5. Chhattisgarh, 7. Gujarat, 26. Goa, 2. Jammu Kashmir, 1. Karnataka, 14. Kerala, 20. Maharashtra, 14. Odisha, 6. UP, Uttar Pradesh, 10. West Bengal, 5. Dadra and Nagar Haveli, 1. Daman and Diu, 1. Total 115 spanning 14 states and UTs. Phase 4 starting 29th April. Bihar, 5. Jammu Kashmir, 1. Jharkhand, 3. Madhya Pradesh, 6. Maharashtra, 17. Odisha 6, Rajasthan 13, Uttar Pradesh 13, West Bengal 5, 8, 5 was phase 3, 71 across 9 states. Phase 6, phase 5, phase 5, Bihar, 6th May, Bihar 5, Jammu Kashmir 2, Jharkhand 4, Madhya Pradesh 7, Rajasthan 12, Uttar Pradesh 14, West Bengal 7, total 51. Phase 6 starting 12th May. Bihar 8, Haryana 10, Jharkhand 4, Madhya Pradesh 8, Uttar Pradesh 14, West Bengal 8, National Capital Territory of Delhi 7, Phase 7 starting 19th May. Total Phase 6 59. Phase 7 starting 19th May. Chhattisgarh 8. Bihar 8. Not Chhattisgarh, Bihar, I stand corrected. Jharkhand 3. Madhya Pradesh 8. Rajasthan 13. Punjab 13, not Rajasthan. Rajasthan is over already. Punjab 13. West Bengal 9. Chandigarh 1. And UP 13. Himachal 4. Total 59. This is the states. वारम के स्टेप प्रिंट पढ़ोगे तो बोल दूंगा.
Sir, what about the
Sorry?
Sir?
Assembly separately notification being issued.
Sir, what about the Tamil Nadu states? 21 assembly seats are lying vacant. Do you have any decision have been taken?
Decision has been taken and is being announced to the media.
We'll take the questions. Let's finish.
When we issue you the soft copy, in that each constituency will also be mentioned. Okay. Jammu Kashmir. After holding elections in Jammu Kashmir, the Commission has been continuously assessing the prevailing situation in the state, requirement of central forces and other logistics for elections, requirement of the security for the candidates, and preparedness of the state for the election on key factors, including the recent developments. The Commission had conducted several rounds of review meetings with state administration of Jammu Kashmir, with MHA, including Home Secretary and his team. State government of Jammu Kashmir and the Union Home Ministry had sent detailed and specific inputs to the Commission regarding holding elections in the state. In fact, we had sought the comments from the MHA quite early to assess the situation and level of preparedness. Commission had recently visited J&K and had detailed meetings with all the political parties, important central and state agencies, district authorities, Chief Secretary, DGP, and others. Based on all these inputs and recommendations from the states, state government, Home Ministry, political parties, other stakeholders, constraint of availability of central forces and other logistics, requirement of security forces for security of candidates in wake of the recent incidents of violence in the recent past, and keeping all other challenges in mind and keeping a totality of views, the Commission has decided at this stage to announce only schedule of the Parliament elections in Jammu Kashmir. The Commission will be regularly and on real-time basis monitoring the situation in Jammu Kashmir and continue to take inputs from all necessary quarters, and decision-taking holding legislative assemblies in Jammu Kashmir will be taken soon. The Commission has also decided for more effective monitoring to appoint 3 special observers for Jammu Kashmir. Shri Noor Mohammed, IAS of 77 batch retired, IAS 77 batch retired. Shri A.S. Gill, IPS 72 batch, who retired as DG CRPF and also served as IG in Jammu Kashmir, in CRPF, in charge of Jammu Kashmir from 95 to 97. Shri Vinod Jutsi, 82 batch, who has served in the Election Commission for almost 6 to 7 years, and I think most of you know him as it is. Shri Noor Mohammed ji has occupied various positions like Secretary National Disaster Management Authority, Member Secretary NCR Planning Board, Chief Electoral Advisor UNDP Kabul, International Election Commissioner Afghanistan in the 2005 Parliament elections, Deputy Election Commissioner of India and Chief Electoral Officer Uttar Pradesh, amongst other assignments. And Shri Gill, as I said, retired as DG CRPF. He remained DGP in Rajasthan, and he also was in Jammu Kashmir as IG CRPF from 95 to 97. Shri Jutsi he retired as Secretary Tourism, Government of India, and he remained in the Election Commission for a little over 7 years. These observers have been contacted by the Commission. They have kindly consented, and a meeting is scheduled by the Commission at 4 o'clock in the afternoon to go over the various modalities with the 3 honorable central observers.
Sir, just one confusion, sir.
Can I just finish? Yes. I'll just take. As far as the Commission has also taken into account the fact that the tenure of legislative assemblies of states of Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal, Odisha and Sikkim will expire on 18th June, 1st June, 11th June and 27th May. I repeat, Andhra 18th June, Arunachal 1st June, Odisha 11th June, Sikkim 27th May. After taking into account all these relevant factors, the Commission has decided to hold elections for these legislative assemblies for these 4 states simultaneously with the general elections to the 17th Lok Sabha. Elections to the different assembly constituencies in states of in these states will follow the same schedule as for the corresponding parliamentary constituencies, that answers your question, of which these are relevant assembly segments. There are 34 casual vacancies, that is by-elections as we call it, in the legislative assemblies of 12 states as on 9th March 2019. The Commission has decided to hold by-elections to these 34 assembly constituencies following the same schedule as per the relevant parliamentary constituencies already read out to all of you. On the occasion of 17th Lok Sabha election, the Commission reassures the nation, all the stakeholders, of its solemn resolve and deep commitment to fulfill its constitutional mandate to conduct free, fair, credible and ethical elections. Commission appeals to the 11 million plus election machinery, directs the 11 million plus election machinery to rededicate themselves to the tasks associated with the conduct of elections as a sacred duty, as they have been doing election after election. Commission appeals to all the stakeholders and in particularly the political parties, the candidates, to uphold the democratic traditions of the nation by maintaining high standards of political discourse and fair play in course of the election campaigns. Commission also sends an appeal to all the voters to reinforce the democratic ethos of the nation by turning up at polling stations and exercise their right to vote in an informed and ethical manner, because the voters are the ultimate sovereigns in the democracy. Now I will take questions.
One clarification. Sir, can I have one clarification?
Request you, excuse me.
Yeah.
Let's go one by one. I'll take from the left front row first.
Yeah.
I'll, before you start, you see, if 7 people raise hands, nobody will be able to listen. Let Shefali ji point out one after the other. And
I'll begin row-wise. I'll first begin with first row, left side.
I am on your right, on your left, front row. I'm George Kalivailil from Deepika Malayalam Daily. So my question is regarding VVPATs. You know, there was huge demand for VVPAT counting from various political parties and candidates. But somehow ECI never allowed counting of the VVPATs. And now, will you be at least counting VVPATs at least in the half or wherever candidates or political parties demand?
you see, the political parties have given us a memorandum to this effect. I will not hedge behind the fact that the matter is already pending before the Honorable Supreme Court. Let me just finish, please. I'll take 2 minutes to answer this. The Commission had started counting 1 VVPAT per assembly constituency. And now when the political parties and other stakeholders started raising the issue of counting more VVPATs,